Hello everyone, welcome back to welcome back to GeeksforGeeks Python channel. So yes, okay. Let's wait for a couple of minutes and then we'll get started. Yes, let's get started. So myself Vamsi. So currently working as an associate software engineer at SNNCS Hyderabad. I'm an 2021 undergrad, passed out from Tuple Engineering College, Karnool. Okay, so yesterday, let's firstly I will give a quick recap of yesterday's session. So what we have discussed and then I will go to what we are going to cover today. Okay, so yesterday we kick started with Python intro. Okay, then we have seen a futures of Python and limitations. Okay, so this is what we have seen, and later on we have seen what are identifiers, and we have seen talked about reserved words or keywords. So this is what we have seen yesterday, and today we will be talking about data types. And before getting starting with data types, we will be seeing variables and typecasting as well if time permits, because in Python we have almost 12 data types are available in Python. Okay, so it will take some time to cover all data types. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's get started. So can you quickly send an hi in the chat window? Yes. So first we'll tell you what is a variable. A variable. So basically a variable is something, let's assume something which has the power or capacity of a data. Okay, and preserving the changes of that particular data for future use. So that is how we can define a variable. But yeah, if you are in an interview, you can tell that. Okay, so variable, as I said tomorrow, variable is nothing but an identifier only. Okay, identifier. So identifier is simply a name. Okay, it might be class name or function name or variable or any other. Okay, so basically why we need a variables. So we will do a lot of competition in our programmings or in our computers, right? So whatever we do, we have to preserve that things for later use, for future purposes. Okay, so how we are going to preserve that changes? So that there comes the picture variables. Okay, so yeah, so that's all about variables. Okay, but now let's start data types. Okay, so in this thing I will tell you how to use variables and how to define variables and all. Okay, okay, so what is the data types? What is a data type? If you know, please let us know in the comment section. Okay, so if you don't know, it's okay. Okay, I will tell you. So a data types are basically, so as I said, we will do a lot of computation and we will store or we will process lot of data in our programmings or in our computers, right? So for everything, okay, for everything there will be some type. Let's say if I ask you to tell me your age, you will say 18 years, we'll say 21 years. So what type of this is, what type of this data? So this is, can I say integers or whole numbers, right? Whole numbers, agree? And if I ask you to tell your name, if I ask you to tell your name, then you will say Vamsi, I will, and you will say Aftab. So these are all the types of string. So these are all not numbers. These are all not numbers. So these are all string types. Okay, because can I say this V is a character, A is a character, M is a character. So in our day-to-day life, it's very important to classify, okay, based upon our requirement, right? We are classifying the data, or we are classifying our answers based upon the question. So that is same applies, okay, same applies in our computers as well. Okay, so we need to classify the data, what type of data we are storing. Okay, so this is about intro about data types. Okay, now I will list all the data types which are available in Python. Okay, so first one integer, second one float, third one let's say complex, and fourth one bool, you can call it as a boolean. Okay, and fifth one string. So basically these are all category 1. Okay, so category 1 data types. So there is nothing like category 1 2 3 or so, it's my own classification because I love that way. Okay, so it will be easy for us to remember for future, or if you are attending any interviews. Okay, so let me finish these 5 before moving on to the another categories. Okay, so basically let's say integer. So as I said, integer is an whole numbers. Okay, so whole numbers, whole numbers, or a decimal numbers, decimal numbers. So like decimal numbers means example of a 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, okay, 1000 kind of things. Okay, so how you are going to store these things in a variable? Okay, sorry, yeah. So let's say, and sorry, I will quickly create an variable called int data equal to, I will be giving a 20. Okay, 20, and now I will be printing int data. Sorry, int data. So if I execute this code quickly, I will get 20. So it here 20 is an integer type. 20 is an integer type. So this is how. So here int data is an variable. 20 is a data. 20 is a data, and we are storing that 20 data in int data variable. Okay, so this is how a normal integer looks like. And so whenever we are saying data types, if you have any prior coding experience with any other languages, you will come across this term called what will be the size, how much what will be the maximum and minimum value that I can store in that particular variable, like integer variable. So here uh, I can say glad we don't have that kind of classification here. Okay, we can store as much as we can. If you wanted to store 10 power 20, you can store that in one variable. If you want to store minus 10 power 50, you can store that in one variable. Okay, so Python 3 allows us to do that. But in case of Python 2, okay, nowadays everyone is using Python 3 only, but in Python 2 we do have that like we have another data type to store like maximum data. Okay, so data type called long. Okay, but in Python 3 they have removed that long data type, and we will be having only one data type called integer. Okay, and again in this particular integer we do have a lot of like different classifications again. So if you are an BTech student, you might have heard about binary numbers. Okay, binary numbers and decimal numbers, decimal numbers, and octal numbers and hexadecimal numbers. So here binary numbers or means, so binary numbers means, so with the base of 2, okay, where we will be having only zeros and ones. And when I say decimal numbers means with the base of 10, okay, so which we generally use in our day-to-day life. And octal numbers means with the base of 8, okay, where we will be having only numbers starting from 1 to 7, okay. And hexadecimal means we will be representing with the base of 16, okay. So how we are going to store this particular data, okay. So let's say now I wanted to store a binary data. Binary data. So usually binary data means it contains only zeros and ones. So how we are going to represent that binary data in Python? So it's very simple. Okay, so first we will put a 0, then B, okay, either capital or a small. Then you will write a 1100. Okay, so if you wish to print that data, I am printing that binary data now. Now let's see. So if you if you know what is the binary data, then you can easily convert this. So 1100 means 12. Okay, 110 means 12. So 8 plus 4 it's a 12. Okay, so this is how you can represent binary data. And so here you might have one doubt. What is a dot? So here, bro, I have given a data in binary format, but I got data in decimal format. So here one thing you need to like remember is, whatever the data, like whatever the type of numbers you have given, okay, you will be getting only decimal data in your output. Okay, that is the one thing that you need to remember. So if I go on quickly create for octal numbers, octal data, so it will be like 0, okay, then O, then it will be followed by 1 to 7 numbers, okay, 1 to 7, like, so 1 2 3 4, okay, I have given 1 2 3 4. Now let me go and print octa data. So if I do that, I will be getting 168. So I'm not interested in converting and showing that maths now. Okay, so it will be if like 1 2 3 4, in if we convert that decimal into the octal, then we will be getting 668. Okay, and if I go and create the same for hexa value, like hexa data equal to O, and hexa values might contain from 0 to 9 and A B C D E F. Okay, so let's go and create something like 1 2 3. Okay, so I have given A 1 2 3. Okay, now I will give here hexa that, and I got 41251. Okay, so this is how you can represent your normal data types. Okay, so now let's go where we have stopped. Yeah, so the next one would be float. So the name suggests that it's a float. The name says, hi Narendra, suggests it's a float. So what does this mean by float? Float means a floating point values, means usually, so decimal numbers are 10 20 something like that. Floating values means 10.5 20.5, like where you will be having some points, okay, floating point values. Okay, so this floating value, so how you can give floating values means you can simply, like, it's the same as integer. Okay, so like float data equal to 10.5, and if you print that float data, that's enough. Okay, you will get your output 10.5. Okay, so unlike integer, we don't have any other types here. Okay, it's done. And now we'll go and see complex. So basically, even if you have any prior coding experience with other programming languages, complex might be the seems new to you. Okay, yeah, it was introduced only in Python. Okay, so like what is a complex? Like you might have studied this in mathematics. Okay, so let's say it's a combination of real value plus imaginary value. Okay, so here a real value plus imaginary value. At last we will be having j. Okay, at last we will be having j. So example 2 plus 3j. So this is one of the example for complex number. So here 2 is a real value, 3 is a imaginary value. Okay, followed by j. It's must, j is must. Otherwise it won't recognize that as a complex value. It will return you 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. Okay, so now let's go and do that. Let's say complex data equal to 2 plus 3j. Print a complex data. That's more than enough. Yeah, I got that data. Okay, I got that data. Now here you might be wondering, bro, like you are giving complex data, then you will be getting that whatever you have given. Like how can we assume, like how are we assurance, like how you are going to assure that whatever the given, like whatever you are telling, that is correct. Okay, so you might so be wondering that. Okay, so for that let me go and simply say type of complex data. Okay, so let me comment this first line. Okay, sorry, let me comment this out, and if I execute this I will be getting class complex. So here cost complex means data type class. Okay, so basically forget about class and object as of now. Okay, I will tell you that while we are discussing about oops. Okay, okay, now here we are saying complex. Okay, now if I give the same data as integer, like so 10, if I print type of a type of a, then I will get integer. That's it. That's it. It's like you have given some data and you wanted to cross check like what will be the type of the given data. So this is how you can do that. Okay, cool. Now let's go. The next type was bool. So basically if you are a like now core guy like EC, Tuple and all, so you might be one like known as Boolean numbers. Okay, so here Boolean means either 0 or 1, either 0 or 1, but we will be representing 0 as false, 1 as true. Okay, 0 as false, 1 as true. Okay, so it is as simple as that. Now let's go and see that, and let's say I have given some value equal to a false, and if I print that value, you will get this thing called false. So and if you wanted to see cross check the type of that val, then you can simply go and do. Okay, so type. Now if you do class bool, okay, you will be getting class bool. Right, done. And even if you have given a val equal to 2, then if you do the same you will get that. Okay, done. Now let's go with another data type. So str means a string. So what does a string stands for? String means group of characters. Okay, so group of group of two or more characters. Okay, so what does a character means? So a character means simply an alphabet, either alphabet or a digit or a special symbols. Okay, so alphabet, it might be alphabet, it might be digits, it might be special symbols. So when I say special symbols, it will be like hash, uh, dollar symbol, ampersand, power, and asterisk and all. Okay, so basically how we are going to represent this in our coding. So let's say if I do this like equal to, so here double quotes. Okay, double quotes, you can either put in single quote or double quote, it's your choice. Okay, it either of the things is must. Okay, so let's say Vamsi. Okay, and if I go on print a val now, I will be getting that Vamsireddy. Okay, Vamsireddy. So even if you do the same, okay, if you do the like val1 equal to single quote Vamsi, and here let's put one here, and if you execute it, and you will be getting the same. Okay, you will be getting the same. So here, as I said, you can use either a single quote or double quote, it doesn't matter, your output will be same. But here, so bro, I have an input of 5 lines, 6 lines, 7 lines kind of thing. Then how can I give the same in double quotes or single quotes? No, you can't do that. Okay, so if you have a multiple lines, like if you have input, okay, if you have data in single line, then you can use either asterisk, sorry, you can use a single quote or double quote. If you have more than one line, then you have to use an triple quote. Okay, triple quote. Okay, triple quote, and let's say here I have a Vamsi, then ready, then geeks for geeks, let's say. Okay, and then a Python. Okay, so this is my data, and if I go on print a value 2, now let's see, we got all the data which we have given, right? This is what we have given and this is what we got. And if I decided to give the same in, if I decided to give the same in here value 1 within single quotes, it will be throwing an error, like as you can see. Okay, so we are seeing red underlines, right? So yeah, this is the magic of IDEs. Okay, you will get all the errors right behind your, like in front of your eyes only. Okay, so since you are seeing red lines, it means that there is some error. Okay, so what is the error? We know that, so we can't give the data in single line. Okay, sorry, we can't give multiple line data in single quotation. Okay, we must have to use a triple quotation for that. Okay, that is error, it has been shown now. So you got some idea. So this is what I'm discussing about string as of now. Okay, we will be seeing a lot more about strings in later classes. Okay, so yeah, as of now keep that in mind. So this is how we define a string in Python. Okay, so we are done with category 1. Okay, so here comes the category 2. Okay, category 2. So in category 2 I can mention a byte and a byte array. Okay, byte and byte array. So basically you might be saying, like, wondering what are these, when this came. Okay, so if you have seen C, C++, Java, you won't find them. Okay, these were seen in only in Python. Okay, you don't need to wonder about that, it's very common. Okay, let's say, so basically byte, I can simply say that both are same. Okay, the only difference would be the value size which it is accepting. Okay, so usually both takes like a multiple values under single data type, sorry, single variable. Okay, so both accepts multiple values under single variable, but this particular byte accepts only the data with the size of 0 to, okay, 0 to 256. Okay, integer values. Okay, integer values. But this byte array doesn't have that kind of restrictions. No restrictions. Okay, another difference here is this byte is mutable. Mutable means like you can add the values or you can delete the values. That's your wish. Okay, either you can add or you can delete, no worries. Okay, that is the biggest difference here. Okay, sorry, did I say byte supports okay, sorry, okay, this a particular byte doesn't support reinitializing the values. Okay, only this particular guy, who is this byte array, supports like you can simply say mutable. Okay, this is a mutable and this is, sorry, did I confuse? Okay, so this is immutable and this is mutable. So what does this mutable and immutable means? So basically it's a very important question. Please make note of this somewhere. Okay, you will definitely asked if you mention Python in your resume. Okay, so mutable means the values once defined we can change them. Okay, so once defined we can change them, means you can simply say it's changeable. Okay, and immutable means once we define we can't change the values. Okay, once we define we can't change the values. That is the major difference between mutable and immutable. Okay, we will be seeing these kind of data types or data structures more. As of now, please make sure that you remember this particular difference forever. Okay, now let's go and see, okay, how to define these things. Let's say x equal to 10, 20, 30, 40. So as I say, like we will be giving a group of elements, means one or more elements. Okay, this is how you can give, and I will be converting that into the val equal to bytes of x. And if I print value, now I will get that particular data in a byte format. Okay, so but like let's say if I have given value of 0, so one of the biggest disadvantages of over this bytes were you can only access them by using indexes. Okay, indexes means the first indexes generally starts with 0. Okay, whatever the first element which you have given will be assigned with index of 0. Okay, and then followed by 1, 2, 3. Okay, if you have given n elements, okay, then the last last index of the last element index will be n-1. Okay, n-1. And here if let's try to change these values and let's see what we will be getting. So I'm trying to change the index 0 value and I'm trying to append it as 100. Okay, so here it was this. So it is saying that it is giving some error. So what is that error? So bytes object does not support item assignment. Okay, so it is saying that bytes does not support item assignment. Okay, so we can't assign the values once we defined. Okay, so that is what it is saying clearly. Okay, and if I give like instead of bytes, if I give byte array here, okay, byte array. Now let's see. Okay, so instead of bytes I have given bytes array. Now let's see, we got 100. We got 100 means we haven't, so earlier while the same code I haven't changed anything except this bytes to bytes array. Okay, so it said some error, it thrown some error, but it is giving some output called 100. Okay, value got changed. It means we have successfully changed the value without any error. Okay, so this is the difference between mutable and immutable as well. Okay, so here byte array is mutable and bytes are immutable. Cool. So we have covered integer, float, complex, string, boolean, bytes and byte array. Okay, till now, and let's move on to this another category. Okay, let's move on to the another category, list. So if you have any prior coding experience, then a list is same as array. Okay, list is same as array in other programming languages like a C, C++, Java. Okay, in JavaScript and Python we call it as an list. Okay, array list, array. Okay, so with one difference, with one major difference. Okay, in arrays, ones like only similar, okay, let's say only one data type elements can be stored. Okay, so how we are going to define array in other programming languages? So it is int something like this. Okay, even in Java or in C++ or C, you will be doing something like this. Okay, so you are clearly explicitly mentioning that you have to store only integer type. Okay, so this is the one of the disadvantage of statically typed languages. So we all know that Python is a dynamically typed language, so we don't need to, we do not need to mention any types explicitly. Okay, so I will be doing something like a equal to square brace, okay, 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40. So this is how I will be initializing a list. Okay, what is the difference? Both are same, na? Okay, so this is valid. Okay, this is valid. At the same time, Vamsi 10 C, okay, and again 20, 30, 40. This is also valid. This is also valid. So now you got the difference, right? In array we are able to store only one particular data type elements, but when it comes to a list in Python, we can store multiple data type elements under a single variable. Okay, so you have to remember that particular difference forever. Okay, if you are mentioning Python with other programming languages like C, C++, Java, so there might be very high chances of asking differences between Python and other programming languages, and also they might be asking differences between compiler and interpreter if you are mentioning C and C++, and they will be asking difference between a list and array. Okay, so just you need to make sure that differences. Okay, so let's quickly go and code this up. Okay, so let's say I have ls equal to 10 comma 20 comma 12 comma 30. Okay, so let me give 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 5. Okay, if I print these ls, I will be getting these values, like see. So I got 1 2 3 4 5. That's it, as simple as that. And even if I say a type, okay, if I say type, I will be getting list, class list. Okay, so that's about a list. And again, you can access list data with using indexes. Okay, using indexes. So I'm trying to print the index 0. Okay, you guys know what is index 0. It is 1. Okay, if I say index 3, it will be 0 1 2 3, so it will be must be 4. Yes, we got 4, right? So that is how it works. Okay, now we'll see with another data types. And yeah, so there is another important thing that has to be remembered while discussing about Python. Okay, that is called negative indexing. Negative indexing. So basically till now we have seen indexes starts from 0 and ends at n minus 1, like where n will be the size of the given elements. Okay, but a Python supports a negative indexing as well. So what does this a negative indexing means? So basically in positive indexing, like which starts from 0, it will be like whenever I say 0, it is starting from the end. Okay, like starting from the starting point. Okay, like it is starting from a right hand side. Okay, let's assume right hand side. Okay, so when I say negative indexing, it starts from left hand side, means it starts at last element. Okay, so here the last element would be 5, right? So if I wanted to access that particular element without using positive indexes, so I can simply do print ls of -1. So negative indexes starts from -1, right? So if I say -1, it means that for, okay, so let me comment this so that you won't get any confused. Okay, so 5, we got it. And if I say -3, it means that it is 3, right? So from last, the third element is 3. Yep, got it. So this is how a negative indexing works in Python. And the another type which we are saying is tuple. So basically it is same as list, with difference of immutable. Okay, with the difference of immutable. So quickly tell me what is immutable means in chat window. Okay, so basically mutable means we can change the values which we have given. Okay, immutable means we can't change the values once it is defined. Okay, so it is clearly stating that once we defined with a tuple variable, we can't modify them. Okay, we can't modify them. So here let's say tuple tp equal to, here I will be using round braces, so 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4. Okay, if I print a type of tp, then it will be tuple, right? And if I print values in it, then I will get 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, now let's try to change the values using indexes. Let's say tp of 1. So basically the current 1th index value is 2, right? 2. Current 1 index value is 2. Now let's go and change that to 10. Okay, then we'll print the tuple. Okay, so if I do that, it is saying that something error, same as what we have seen in bytes. Okay, so tuple object does not support item assignment. Okay, whenever you have seen this error, it means that you can't change the values. It's an immutable property. Okay, it's very simple, right? Okay, so this is the only difference between tuple and list. And another most like frequently asked question I will be getting from students was like when to choose tuple and when to choose a list. Okay, it's very simple. Okay, it's very simple. You know what is your requirement, right? Okay, let's say my requirement is I will be getting some data. Okay, I will be getting some data, but in future, I have nothing to do, like I don't need to change that data forever in life. Okay, so in that case, what is the what which one do you prefer? So it's the statement is very clear. Okay, there is no need of uh, changing the data. Then you have to go with tuple. You can simply say, and someone like now your requirement got changed to you have to change some data, like you need to modify or update in future. Then which one do you prefer? You have to go with list. Okay, and like what is a like kya fark pata, like so what is a thing? So if I choose any of the thing, both will work the same task, right? So then what is the difference? Okay, here the security matters a lot. Okay, so let's say you have some data. Okay, someone like let's say malware. Okay, so some virus is trying to attack your data, and so and it is trying to alter your data, means modifying your data. Then if you have given tuple data, it won't affect, right? It won't affect, like I'm telling in general cases, okay, to get for better understanding, but yeah, it is not the case. Okay, so if you store your data in tuple, it won't get affected, right? If you store your data in a list format, it will get affected. So now it's your decision what you require, right? So that is how you need to choose based upon your requirements. Okay, cool. Now the next one would be set. Okay, set, what does this mean? So basically it is also an data type, okay, which stores multiple elements in it. Okay, stores multiple elements in it, multiple elements in, like under single variable with one different, like one special quality. It has one special quality. What is that quality here? So the quality was uh, it will remove, like it will store only, okay, it will store only the elements at once. Okay, let's say here I have data of 1 1 2 3 4 and 1. Okay, now tell me how many times has 3 has occurred. Oh, sorry, 1 has occurred 3 times, right? 1 has occurred 3 times. In that case I can say there are some duplicate values. Okay, so it will, irrespective of whether how many times it has been repeated, it will store only once. Okay, so if you convert this, if you store this value in set, it will store something like 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4. Okay, this is how a set stores. So it will the special property of set is no duplicate allowed. It won't allow duplicate values, that's it. Okay, and another special thing about a set is you cannot access the, you cannot access the values using indexes. Okay, you cannot access the, you cannot access the values using indexes. That is one of the special character about this set. Okay, So now let's go and try to define and see. Okay, let's say data equal to here we will be using a flavor like flavor braces of curly braces, whatever you call it as it. So 1 comma 2 comma 3 and 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4. Okay, so here 1 is repeated for twice, 2 is repeated for twice, 3 is repeated for twice, and 4 is repeated for only once. Okay, and if I say print set data, if I say print set data, what I will get? I will get 1 2 3 4. All the duplicates have been removed, right? All the duplicates have been removed. Done. Done. This is the functionality of set, and let's try to access this set with indexes. So I have given set of index of 0, set data of index 0. So it is saying that set object is not subscriptable. Okay, it means that we cannot we cannot access the values using indexes. So that is what it is trying to convey to us. Done. And even you can't change the values of indexes as well, like by using indexes. You can use other functionalities of set. Okay, I will be telling that or discussing that in other sessions. Okay, as of now let's stick to indexing. Okay, another data type, the next one is dictionary. Okay, what is a dictionary? So a dictionary is a data type. Okay, again you can store a multiple values in it. Okay, multiple values in it, like multiple data elements in it, okay, at once. Here, what is a special thing about this? So here again, it won't store or allow duplicates. That is one thing. Another thing was it stores data in the format of key value pairs. So what does this key value pair means? So where are we using this particular dictionary in our programming world? So basically, let's say so in college in college for every student we will be having roll number. Every student will have a roll number. Now I have created an website, let's assume website, okay, where I will be giving roll number. Okay, I will be giving a roll number, and I need all the details of a particular student, like who is bearing that particular roll number. So hope you got my intention, right? So means, like, let's say you will be having one text field, okay, where you have to give your roll number, and you will have a one button called fetch. After clicking this particular fetch, you will get all your data at once. Okay, so here so like when I say data means I will be expecting name, I will be expecting, let's say, CGPA, I will be expecting mobile number, email, parent names, Aadhaar card number, whatever it has. Okay, whatever it has. Okay, so I'm expecting everything. So here, how can we do that? So can we do that? So that is the question. So here also, like, if you have any web development experience, like, you can easily say it's a JSON format. Okay, JSON format. But yeah, you don't need to go that much far. Okay, it's simply a dictionary. The answer would be simply a dictionary. Okay, let's go and see. So let's say equal to dict data equal to, so first you will be giving an key. Okay, so again key might be like it can store any kind of data. Okay, you don't need to bother about it much. Okay, you can store any kind of data. So a key is here is let's say you basically you need to stick to key as an unique number. Okay, unique to where you can identify your values uniquely. So in our case our roll number is very unique, right? So let's say I will be having one roll number of 189x. Okay, 189x. So now it will be having some data. What kind of data it has? So it is having all my data like name. Okay, so simply let's say name. Okay, a name. And let's consider this as a list. Okay, okay, where I will be putting all my name, uh, current semester, year, and CGPA and all at one go. Okay, so first I will start with name, then I will start with my CGPA. Let's say 9. I have 9. Then I will be putting my passed out year, so 2021. Then I will be putting the company which I have placed. Okay. So then come. Okay, now I will let me give another name data, and let's say 189x1. So I will be storing the data as like again 9 and 2021, and let's say Infosys. Now if I go on print, if I go on print data, it will get all the data it has. Okay, we will be getting all the data. First I will be getting Vamsi data, then I will be getting Naveen data. So how can I access with this particular like selectorly? If I want Vamsi data who is bearing this particular roll number, how can I access that? So again it will be indexing. So here instead of indexing concept which we use generally, here the indexes would be your key values. Okay, keys. So keys, done. So here I have given 189x as my index, so I will be getting all the data related to that. And if I give 189x1, okay, then what I will get? I will get the Naveen data, right? So if I give another 1812, so which doesn't exist in our dictionary, and we will get an key error. Okay, so key error means it means that simply you are trying to get the access the data which is not present. Okay, now I will tell you another future. Okay, the future of this dictionary. So basically we have like we have already data with the key of 189x. Now again I will give that 189x key. Okay, 189. Okay, so this time I'm changing it to xxx. Okay, so xyz. Okay, let me change this CGPA to 8.5. Then 2022. Okay, then let's say TCS. Okay, TCS. Now if I print 189x, so what I'm expecting, so what you guys are expecting, please let us know in the comment section. Okay, so we got xyz. Why xyz? We have given this Vamsi, na? So basically it means that like whatever that comes at the last, it is overriding that data. Okay, overriding that particular data. Okay, whatever the data you are giving at the last, it is storing that particular data only. Okay, that is what happening here. Done with the dictionary. Yep. So now let's go and see another data types. So basically not data types, I have another topic here. So here, so as I said, in Python everything has been mapped to either class and object. Okay, class and object. So what does this class and object means? So basically, so you have seen class as int, string, float, complex, a list, tuple kind of things. But what will be an object? So here you can consider that type is an class. Okay, type, whatever the data we are giving, it is considered as a type. And whatever the data we are giving that under that particular type, let's say I have a equal to 10 now. Okay, so here if I print type of a, I will get integer. Okay, I will get int, class int. Okay, so here the 10 will be our object. Okay, 10 will be our object. Now I am giving again b equal to 10. Okay, b equal to 10. So here the one of the good feature about Python is it won't allocate separate memory for 10 again. So how you are saying that? Yeah, good question. So but yes, I will show you as well. Okay, so let's say I will show you id of a. So id helps us to tell where that particular data exactly storing in our memory location. It will give the memory location of the data. Okay, now let's say if I run this, so I will be getting some number. Okay, I don't know about that number. Okay, it is a memory location address. So, and I'm going to say id of b. Okay, id of b. Now let's see. So can you agree that statement which I have given earlier, if we got this same number twice, means same address. Okay, if we got same address, it means that we are referring to the same object. Yes, everyone. So we got the same memory address as both a and b, we got the same. So we can say that both are referring to, like both a and b are referring to the same object. Okay, so if you rerun this code, you will get different number, but yeah, again both a and b were same. Okay, so this is what I would like to show. And yeah, so that's pretty much from my side. And if you have any queries, please let me know in the comment section or in chat. Okay, so I will be waiting for a couple of minutes, okay, for to take up questions. Otherwise we'll close the session. Okay, so please let me know how is the session and all. Okay, and we'll catch up tomorrow at the same time. Okay, so please remember this time. Okay, 9 to 10 we will be seeing Python. Okay, so see you guys in the next session. So until then, bye bye.